Coming up on the Sports Desk, the Bishop Montgomery boys basketball team continues to steamroll the competition. The same can be said for the West High girls hoop team. The West boys soccer team isn't messing around either. Plus, the South High wrestling team puts the Pioneer League title in a headlock. And we'll give you something to cheer for, literally. We'll have all this and so much more. The Sports Desk begins right now. Welcome, everyone, to the only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind. Thanks so much for stopping by. And before we talk about a team that just keeps winning, let's talk about how you can help us go undefeated on social media. Show us some love on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. By all means, share your videos, photos, and your ideas for future stories. You tag us in your posts, and we'll tag you. That's how it works. All right, it may have been a foregone conclusion, but it was still quite impressive. Recently, the Bishop Montgomery boys basketball team won its 6th consecutive Delray League title with a win over Cathedral. That victory locked up the #1 seed in the CIF Southern Section Open Division playoffs. The Knights are still undefeated at 24-0, and they're ranked 3rd in the country. Before Bishop's title-clinching victory over Cathedral, the Knights were at home entertaining another league foe, St. Bernard. And that's where Sports Desk reporter Cedric Welton picks up our story.
The Knights controlled the tempo majority of this game and stayed collected during a late surge from St. Bernard to keep their undefeated streak alive.
First quarter, St. Bernard struck first. Josh Vasquez answers back from 3 to put the Knights up. Knights got out the block slow but went on a run to lead by double digits in the first. Vasquez to David Singleton for the finish, who's fired up and tells the crowd to relax. St. Bernard went on a run in the second half to get within range. Mook Harris to Romel Manzo for the flush. Minute left in the game. Nick Bowden from 3 is off. Josh Vasquez reels in the rebound, passes it up, and it's Singleton time. David with a 2-hand jam and an exclamation point on this game. Knights win it 55-46.
The Knights have been on an absolute tear this season, mowing down any opponent that stands in their way. I spoke with Coach Doug Mitchell and guards David Singleton and Josh Vasquez post-game.
I felt like we were up most of the game, and even towards the end when we were only up by a little bit, I thought we were winning by a lot, but this game went by pretty quick.
We came out hard. We had some defensive lapses in the second half. You know, they stayed with it, but we just produced on offense, and we got our major key stops who won the game.
I thought we played pretty well. We were a little short-handed tonight with some guys out, and I thought short bench, but I thought the guys played well. Didn't think we shot it as well as we normally do. We didn't finish quite as well, but I thought we defended well enough to take care of the victory.
Number 3 in the nation, number 1 in the state of California. I don't think anybody would call this run improbable. Knights keep rolling and move to 23-0 in the season. Reporting from Bishop Montgomery High School, I'm Cedric Weldon for the Sports Desk.
Cedric, thanks. It's now time to talk about Chasing Loosinger. This isn't the name of a new movie, by the way. It's something that West and Torrance are doing right now in the Pioneer League standings. Let's start with West. The Warriors were entertaining South High recently, and they needed to beat the Spartans to keep up the pace with Torrance in second place. Sports Desk reporter Danny Miskell was there when West hosted South, and she files this report.
It's senior night, and there's a lot to celebrate as West entertained South for their last home game before playoffs. And AJ, by celebrate, I mean this was a 32-point game. West established a solid 17-0 run from the first quarter going into the second, and their defense never let up against South. Top of the first, Warriors' Kennesai shoots for 3. It bounces off, but Justin Heights smooths that over and gets the deuce. That kicks off their 17-0 run going into the second quarter. That run gets broken right here by Jordan Fajardo as he pops it up and rains 3 for the Spartans. Scores 39-21 at the half. Third quarter, Justin dishes it to his fellow senior Nick Snyder with this swagger reverse. He nails the 2. And fourth quarter, Junico with the assist to Kenneth Sai. He's got his own fancy reverse. He scores the final 2 points of the game, and the Warriors take this W against the Spartans 76-44. Afterwards, I got to talk with Coach Perlmutter and the seniors of West about how defense was the key component to winning tonight's game. And I got some reaction from the guys about how they feel about winning on senior night.
We came out with a lot of energy because of senior night. The younger kids stepped up because they wanted the seniors to have a nice game. And we just kept applying the pressure, didn't let up, didn't get too high of ourselves, and we just kept pushing forward.
It's our mentality every game. We have to have a reputation for defense, and we're establishing that in the league.
Kentaro, you had a game high of 16 points in this game. How did you do it?
I think it's just, coming from Japan, and it's my first year here, so it's just a lot of hard work. Early morning in the gyms. I really love this school. Like, people with certain lights here, like, they accepted me right away, the team, the coaches, so, it was just really big to have, 16 points in this game.
Feel a little sad, but a little happy. I'm happy all my friends and family were here to celebrate with me, and I just look forward to the next couple of games I have.
It's been a fun 4 years. These 2 years under Coach Neal, it's really taught me a lot. It's really taught me the importance of hard work. I've been set up to the point where I'm going to be good in college. I'm going to take everything that I've learned from here, educational-wise, and leadership by Coach Neal.
I'm just really proud of what they've achieved. They've won a CIF championship, but we got more ahead of us. They've been a pleasure to coach, great kids, and I'm the lucky one because I've been able to coach these guys.
Reporting from West High, I'm Danny Miskell with the Sports Desk.
Danny, thank you. Much like West, Torrance High School needs to keep winning if they want to keep the heat on first-place Lusinger. The Tartars hosted crosstown rival and Pioneer League foe South High recently. Sports Desk reporter Terrence Davis has our story.
Thanks, AJ. Now, this game was a real treat. Tightly contested, evenly matched, highly entertaining, a raucous crowd. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better game.
Fourth quarter action. Less than 4 minutes to play. Torrance down 3. Tartars rebound the missed free throw. Tyler Morimoto pushes the ball into transition and swings it to Kofi Asante, who misses the layup, gets his own miss, and puts it back in for 2. Tartars down 1. Minutes later, Tartars down 1. Daniel Emoto finds Asante in the post. Asante with a beautiful pass to Jerome Duhan for the easy layup. Tartars up 1. 10 seconds to play. Spartans down 3. Anthony Godinez passes to Takuma Azumi, who gets a great look from deep, but it's too strong. Torrance hangs on to win, 50-46.
I spoke with Coach Nataki, who says winning these close victories has built the team's confidence.
All these tight games just give us a lot of experience and really help us. I mean, I'm hopeful that we've grown over the course of these games because they give me a lot of scares. But I'm really proud of the way the guys came together and won this game.
I really thought we were going to win this game. I knew it was going to be our defense that was going to do it for us. And at the end, we had a few lapses where we got lost and they got easy buckets.
We came in just hyped, ready to play hard. We knew that South was smart. They play smart. They make a lot of good decisions in the stretch. So we came in knowing that we had to play harder than them. We just had to play with some heart.
Thank you, Terrence. Following that victory, the Tartars were back at home a couple of nights later to entertain who else? Yep, you got it, Lusinger. Oh, the suspense is building. Sports Desk reporter Danielle Alvari was there when the Tartars hosted the league's top team, and she's got the lowdown in this breakdown.
Torrance and Lusinger were both 6-1 heading into this high-stakes game. The winner is one step closer to becoming league champion. League champion gets a guaranteed home game in playoffs.
With playoffs on the mind, the Tartars were ready for battle. First quarter, it's Lusinger's John Klossel on the steal. He makes a break for it, can't lay it in, but Tyler Ridley backs him up and finishes strong. Lusinger up 11-2. A minute later, Jalen Bourgeois takes it under the hoop where he finds Abdul Ahmad, who shoots, scores, and draws the foul. He makes the free throw, but Lusinger still ahead 14-5. The Olympians go on to lead by 18 at the half. Third quarter, Tyler Morimoto with the ball dishes it to Ahmad. Ahmad with the single-hand slam. He finished the game with 21 points. Fourth quarter, Morimoto launches it to Bourgeois, who shakes the defender and drains the three. Tartars closing the gap. Just over a minute of play left. It's Morimoto with the triple. He finished with 17 points. Still, it wasn't enough. Final score, 69-55 Lusinger.
I think we came out slow, and that was a big part of it. We had to dig ourselves out of a hole. I think against these tougher teams, we really need to play 4 quarters of good basketball, and we struggled to do that tonight.
We had a challenge at rebounding, and it just, we had a hard time with that. And at the end, it's just everybody started breaking down, and it just wasn't a good game for us at the end.
Now it puts us with 2 losses, tied with West in second place. Anything can happen, and so we're just going to battle, grind it out, and do the best we can.
Despite this loss, the Tartars are still headed to playoffs in just 2 short weeks. Reporting from Torrance High School, I'm Danielle Alvari for the Sports Desk.
Danielle, many thanks. To girls basketball now, where the West High Warriors have the Pioneer League on lock. West remains undefeated in league play, having won all 8 of their games thus far, including 10 straight overall. Recently, the Warriors played host to South High School. West showing love to their seniors, Kira, Lonnie, Haley, and Katie. Very cool. First quarter, senior Haley Jones calling for the rock. She makes a deposit at the window, 2 of her 16 points. Warriors lead by 4. Spartans answer, Kelly Hussey, with Jones on her. Jones gives her space, and Hussey jacks the tray ball, 3 of her game-high 19. Spartans only trail by single digits. But then West showed why they're undefeated in league play. Katie Timmerman dropping 3 of her 14 points on the night. Warriors up double digits now, and they never look back. Anya James bringing it up court. She sets up Haley Jones nicely. And the Warriors would defeat South by the score of 64-35. After the game, our very own Danny Miskell caught up with Haley Jones and asked her about her recent milestone.
All right, girl, you're a senior this year, and last week you scored your 1,000th point of your high school career. How do you feel?
I feel like I couldn't have done it without my teammates. Every point that I had was an assist from my teammates, and I'm so grateful to have the last 4 years to trust me with the ball and give me my own shots. It was great. Working on finishing moves is really what gets you to be an inside-out player. You need to be versatile, and it all comes down to just making shots.
Haley Jones and her Warriors also defeated powerhouse Redondo Union in a non-league contest recently. It was their second win over the Seahawks this season. Jones finished with 15 points and 5 boards, while fellow senior Katie Timmerman scored 8 of her 14 points in the final 8 minutes of the game, including 2 huge three-pointers. Warriors won a thriller by the final of 51-49. The Knights of Bishop Montgomery have won 4 straight and currently occupy second place in the Delray League with a 5-1 record. The Knights were at home recently entertaining St. Anthony. We pick up the action at the end of the second quarter. Knights trailing by a point. Sophia Carroll, the steal. She gets it to Kayla Padilla. Take it to the rack. If it's whack, put it back. K-Smooth is fundamental. Knights back on top. They trail by a single point at the half. Third quarter now, Knights up 8. Watch St. Anthony's Samaj Smith. She's tough to guard. At 6'5", oh my, she finished with 18 points and 11 boards. St. Anthony only down 6 now. Coach Quinn putting a strategy together for Bishop, and it worked. Cyan Dyke making life easy for Kayla Williams, who drives to the bucket for the easy deuce, 2 of her 10. Knights up 9, and there's plenty to cheer about, as evidence in that cutaway. Especially when the ball's in Kayla Padilla's hands. Then you can cheer. The junior guard goes coast to coast, drops in 2 of her game-high 32 points. Wow. Bishop goes on to win by the final of 67-60. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout, but whatever you do, don't go anywhere because you won't want to miss this. Coming up next, South High takes care of business on the wrestling mat, while West High does the same in boys soccer. We've got all your soccer highlights and so much more. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But here's the thing. Can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Can one piece of paper really tell you my whole story? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or how anytime there was an opportunity, I was the first one to step up. Because I wasn't gonna let my life, my circumstances dictate who I was gonna become. And all of that determination, the commitment, the drive, that's me. And that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent like me.
Welcome back, everyone. Remember to follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Share your story ideas, post your photos and videos. We want to hear from you, Torrance. After all, this is your show, so be sure to get involved. All right, earlier this season when the South High Spartans wrestling team beat West at West, one can safely say it set the tone for things to come. The Spartans used that victory to serve as motivation for their next accomplishment, which took place recently when South hosted North in a meet that would decide the Pioneer League Championship. Spartans and Saxons warming up beforehand. We begin with the 106-pound weight class. South High's Sam Kompsa on the left here in green. He's getting some instructions. Let's see if they worked. Kompsa took on North High's Anthony Cajitas wearing the dark blue in the meet's opening match. Check it out. Kompsa goes on to win the 106-pound class by major decision, 12-3. All right, second match of the meet now belongs to the 113-pound division. That's where South High freshman sensation Cale Garrett grappled with Saxon's Quinton Jew, and Garrett wins the 113 class by fall. Spartans in the zone. They are feeling it right now. Next up is the 145-pound weight class, which would feature Kevin Chen for the Spartans taking on North High's Loai El Garawani. And it's Chen taking the W in the 145-pound class with a 14-7 decision. As for the 152-pounders, it was South High's Logan Wyrick matching up against North High's Nick Kobos, and it's Wyrick notching the win by fall at 152 pounds. Spartans win big, 70-3, taking 6 out of their 7 matches, and more importantly, clinching the Pioneer League Championship. Wow. To high school boys soccer now, where it's safe to say that West High School is certainly the toast of the Pioneer League this season. The Warriors mean business, people, and they proved that once again when they hosted conference foe Centennial. Sports Desk reporter Cedric Welton has our story.
The Warrior men looked unstoppable today, and Centennial was just overmatched as the Warriors jumped on them early and kept pouring it on, effectively keeping their perfect league season intact. First score of the game, Andrew Hazard throwing the ball in play to Matthew Villianco with a chest bump to Armand Baniashimi for the goal. Cameron Krasavin kicks it upfield to Andrew Hazard, who outsprints his defender, gets the ball over to Thomas Nakano, who fakes out the goalie and gets the goal off the heel tap. Check out Josh Harasaki with the educated feet, weaving through 3 defenders, passes it up to Nakano, another pass to Karsavin, goal! This was a monumental scoring day for West. They had 9 goals in total. This is a significant play here. Only the second goal West has given up all season. Kevin Perez doing it alone. Other than that, all West. Kojioka passes to John Marco Fields, who puts the punctuation on this game, and another goal. Rough day for the Centennial goalie. The Warriors came to play today, jumping out to a 3-0 lead in the first half, then dumping on 6 more goals in the second half. I spoke with seniors Matthew Villianco and captain Cameron Krasavin about the victory today.
It was a good game. It was an important win because Lusinger and South are hot on our tails, so it was great to get the win today.
We just have a lot of composed players. Everybody's calm on the ball. We have really good chemistry with one another, and we don't bicker and moan a lot, which is good for our chemistry, and everybody stays calm a lot, and we get the job done.
The Warriors moved to 6-0 in league play today as they just dominated Centennial 9-1. Reporting from West Torrance High School, I'm Cedric Welton for the Sports Desk.
Cedric, thanks. The Tartars of Torrance High desperately needed a win when they played host to Lusinger recently. Tartars trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Sports Desk reporter Danielle Alvari was at Zamperini Stadium for this matchup, and she files this report.
Torrance boys soccer hosted Lusinger on Friday afternoon in a very important matchup that would determine whether or not they made it into playoffs. Torrance head coach Burnett said that he expected a very tough game and that his boys were going to have to battle all game long to get the win.
Early in the first half, it's Torrance senior Eddie Grados with the ball. He passes it off to Dylan Perez. Perez gets it back to Grados, who fires one in from far out and just narrowly misses the goal. No score yet. 10 minutes into the first, it's the Tartars with Will Guzman to Grados, who gets it up to D'Angelo Alva, who chases it down and tries to get the shot off. No goals just yet. 1:16 to go in the first, and it's Lusinger's Brandon Montoya from way far out. Andre St. Aubin knocks it in with the header, 1-0 Lusinger. The Olympians keep that lead heading into halftime, but Torrance came out firing in the second. Here's junior Gabe Bogdas with the goal and the roll. That ties it up at 1-1. Later in the second, Coach Burnett yelled to Perez, "We can't waste this," and Perez didn't. He nails the top left corner of the net. Torrance takes the 2-1 lead. And in the final minutes, the Tartars are able to head in one last goal. Final score 3-1. Torrance takes the win.
It was very important because if we have lost, we most likely did not have a spot to make it to the playoffs. And with this win, it just led us to hopefully progress, and now we got to win out and hopefully make it to the playoffs.
I've been questioning these guys and their heart all year, so for them to come back and win the way they did it, I'm really proud of the guys, and hopefully we turn a corner, and that's how we play from here on out.
Last year we didn't make it, and this year we worked hard and want to make it really bad because we think we deserve it.
Danielle Alvari reporting from Zamperini Stadium for the Sports Desk.
Danielle, many thanks. To girls soccer now, where the Saxons of North High have won 4 straight and currently occupy the top spot in the Pioneer League standings. The Saxons hosted Lusinger recently. Sports Desk reporter Terrence Davis was there, and he files this report.
Thanks, AJ. The North High Saxons recorded a dominant shutout victory over Lusinger, scoring 4 second-half goals to blow this game wide open.
The Saxons kicked off the scoring in the 14th minute when Melina Faeda sends a cross into the box for Caitlin Perez, who slams the ball into the back of the net. Saxons up 1-0. Perez says her eyes lit up when she saw the ball coming her way.
Well, I never play up. I'm usually like a defender, so I got the chance to play up. So I saw the ball coming, and I was like, I'm for sure going to take this opportunity. So I went and scored, and it felt pretty good.
Minutes later, Saxons again on the attack. Perez passes up the sideline to Samantha Lee, whose cross to the far corner connects with the foot of Alyssa Gill as she slides in for the sensational goal. Saxons up 2-0. Gill says the team's chemistry has led to their success.
We have good practices. We have good communication skills within our team. We learn how to connect well with each other, and from there we learn how to play well games on the field.
Early second half, Saxons on the breakaway. Grametta Bergel sprints down the left sideline, shakes an Olympian defender, and drills the shot into the top right corner past the diving goalkeeper. Saxons up 3-0. A minute later, Saxons again in Olympian territory, and this time it's Samantha Lee who finds herself wide open in front of the net for goal. Saxons cruise to victory with a final score of 6-0.
I spoke with Coach Johnson, and she says her team has a real shot to win its first league title in over 10 years.
I know that this season right now we're first in league, which we've beat some really tough teams that we haven't beaten over 10 years. And the girls are just kind of like on that natural high. They're super excited. They're working together. And that kind of like love and that bond that they have for one another, I think is really what's carrying our team.
Reporting from Saxon Stadium, I'm Terrence Davis for the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Terrence. The Knights of Bishop Montgomery currently occupy second place in the Delray League. The Knights were at home entertaining LaSalle. It was senior night at Bishop Montgomery. Camille Petroni posing for a photo with her parents. Fellow senior Aaron Atkinson striking a pose. Congrats to all the seniors and their parents. To the game now. First half, 20th minute. LaSalle leads 1-0. Nicole Marafino in goal for Bishop. The ball goes off the top bar. Croy Soto tries to knock it in for LaSalle. Marafino gobbles it up. We're still in the first half, but the sun has gone down, as you're about to see. Second minute, right before the half, Casey Alejandre right there boots it in front. Shelby Bach, she knows what to do with it. She boots it right in the goal, and that's a sucker goal. It ties the score at 1, and that would be the score at the end of regulation. 1-1 all. We go to overtime. Croy Soto tries to win it for LaSalle, but Marafino stops it. One of her game-high 10 saves, and yes, it still sticks on the boards. Final minutes now. Bishop senior Aaron Atkinson lets her fly. Not enough mustard, though. This one officially ends in a 1-1 tie. All right, we're going to take another quick timeout. Don't move a muscle, though. Still to come here on the Sports Desk. These girls right here have plenty to cheer about. We'll explain why right after the break. Stay with us.
Alexa, how do you tell if asparagus is still good?
If it's not moldy or slimy, it's okay to eat. Enable the new skill from Save the Food on your Amazon Alexa and help fight food waste.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to Disney World. That's what Team Coral has been saying since November when they found out they were competing in the Cheerleading All-Star Championships in Orlando, Florida. As you're about to see, these young girls are making all of Torrance proud. Oh yeah, they've got the sauce. The coral sauce, that is. Sports Desk reporter Danny Miskell explains.
Here at Cheer 360 is not your usual sideline cheerleading. These girls are tumbling behind me right now, and as you can see, they have to be just as physical and just as competitive like any other sport. When you're tumbling, you're doing handstands, cartwheels, back bends, even flying. And look at how well the girls of Team Coral are pulling it off. They might only be 8 years old, but they are exceptional.
They are amazing. It's for most of them, it's their second season together, so they've been able to perfect their teamwork and their timing and move on and progress really nicely.
Progressing and placing first in all their division competitions this year. This squad trains 5 days a week. Their success shows hard work really does pay off.
They are the most dedicated group of 8-year-olds I have ever met. Yeah, they are here all the time. They are super excited. They correct each other constantly.
And don't let these beautiful smiles fool you, because cheerleading is still a competitive and fierce sport. And there's risk involved with tumbling. In fact, cheerleading is considered to be the most dangerous sport for females because of the high risk of concussions and injuries.
There's a level of danger in all they do, so it's constantly safe practices, safe training, building up those muscles and strengthening up, drilling so that they know what they're doing. There's no argument for it not being a sport. There's a stereotype out there about cheerleaders, and I would definitely say all the girls in our gym defy that.
And they defy it together. The girls on Team Coral are really close. They would probably live at the gym if they could. It's their favorite place to be, and they love being together.
I love that we learn new things and we hang out with each other. I like being together with them, and I also like sharing time with them and like tumbling with them, and sometimes we have some free time and then we like play together.
Play hard and work hard. Now the girls are training to head to an international all-star cheer competition this March. They're going to be facing teams from Sweden, Mexico, Australia, so they're perfecting their tumbling routine that's 2 minutes long, while also adding some more difficulty to make it stronger.
Scored on their technique and their execution and the timing of everything, and also creativity. So it all has to flow together well and come together nicely, and they have to do it perfectly.
Hey, this squad knows they got it in the bag. The competition is a win-win for them, because the best kept secret about this trip is they're going to the happiest place on earth.
I'm looking forward to go to Disney World and to win first place.
At Cheer 360, the Coral Squad is set up to tumble and do life with some sauce.
I love how this sport and any sport transitions into their life outside of the gym and kind of it helps them apply to everything they do.
Coral's got the swag and we got it in the bag!
Reporting from downtown Torrance at the Cheer 360 gym, I'm Danny Miskell with the Sports Desk.
Now that is definitely something for all of us to cheer about. Awesome. Good luck, girls. Danny, thanks. All right, that does it for this week's edition of the Sports Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your support. My name is AJ Vittone, and I've seen, heard, and said enough for 1 week. We'll continue this conversation again next week, I promise. Until then, don't forget to follow the Sports Desk on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and remember you can email us as well. We'd love to hear from you. That's all the time we have, sports fans. We'll catch you next time right here on the Sports Desk.